Welcome everybody. We are
Hello.
live from Bologna. How are you? Yeah, please introduce yourselves in the comments. Tell us who you are, where you're watching us from, and yeah, do you want to introduce yourself first, Hal?
Sure thing. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all today. I hope you are all well. My name is Hal. I am from the southeast of England in the UK. I'm in Bologna. In Bologna today, it's a very nice day. We've got sunshine and blue sky, which is lovely. And well, I've been in Bologna for 6 months only. And that's it, I think. Very happy to be here.
Great. Do you know what the weather is like in
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 the UK,
England?
in England,
Yeah.
I think it's been quite nice recently. Photos I have seen from people have been fairly sunny.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, and is
yeah.
it usual in this period for it to be sunny?
Yes, except for the famous April showers,
Of
um,
course.
which are spells, periods of rain in April.
Hmm.
Traditional. Yeah.
Nice. And we have already a comment. Hi, Linia, from Myes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's very far from us. But tell us, what's the weather like in Bari at the moment? Tell us more about Bari. And we have, oh, I need to introduce myself as well. But we also have a question for you. What is your favorite smell?
Hmm.
So maybe it's a smell that you just particularly like every time, well, you smell it, or maybe it's something that reminds you of your childhood or something. I don't know. Maybe it's something special to you in that sense. Anyway, my name is Aaron. I'm from Cork, Ireland, and I've been living in Italy for years because I'm also Italian. And I've been living in Bologna for 4 years, and I've been working at Bologna Mille here at the school for 2.5 years, I would say. And we also have a comment from Joanna.
Hi, Joanna. Where are you? Where are you calling in from?
Exactly. I wonder, where are you calling in from? Um,
Oh, nice. Of course, it's a wonderful sunny day in Bari. If it's nice here in Bologna, great, great.
Wonderful. And Joanna says, washing from the washing machine. Clean, of course.
Mhm.
I like how you specified it, Joanna. And Ilenia says, cinnamon.
Mm. Yeah, me
It's a
too,
very nice
actually.
smell.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it remind you of something in particular, Ilenia?
Right.
Or do you just like the
Is
smell?
it evocative? Evocative. Does it make you, does it call up a certain memory to your mind? My
Mm.
favorite smell is, has a specific word, and I like the word as well, which is petrichor. Petrichor.
I don't
Yeah,
actually
it's
know this either.
so niche. I'm going to tell it to you now. It's really niche. I think that's how you spell it, which is the smell of, I'll just check. It's the smell of rain on like tarmac or on a road after it's been very dry, or on the ground, the smell of rain on the ground after it's been dry for a long time. It's
Wow.
such a nice smell, extremely powerful, I find. If you walk out, if you live in a hot country, maybe, it didn't happen much in Manchester. If you're in a hot country and it's been very, very dry for a long time, and then suddenly there's rain, the rain
Mm.
kind of, I don't know, moves everything up from the earth, and you get this very like earthy smell.
I know
And
what you mean.
yeah, yeah, it's amazing.
I know
It's
what
sort
you
of
mean.
like it's hard to describe. The air just seems like full of a kind of dustiness, but it's really nice, and it's called petrichor. I checked, and
That's
it was that's
amazing.
right. So yeah,
I can
so
now
yeah,
that you've described it, I can definitely think of that smell, and it is very, very good. It is definitely
yeah.
one
I
of
guess
my
in Italy,
favorites.
yeah, in Italy it must happen much more than in the UK.
But in general, just the smell of
Mm.
when there's that smell of rain in the air, I really like that.
Mm.
Although I don't
Right.
like it when it rains, but I do like that smell.
The smell is a bonus.
And Elena says the smell of everything with cinnamon inside as well. Of course, of course.
Okay, good, great.
It's
What
great.
about you,
It just,
Aaron?
well, for me, cinnamon is just synonymous with Christmas.
Mm, you're
That's
right.
immediately the minute I smell cinnamon, it's all instantly Christmas.
Yeah.
So for me, definitely. I'm trying to think of other smells I really like. I really like the smell of coffee, like of ground coffee.
Yeah. Oh
But
boy, so
it's
good.
amazing. But I don't actually drink coffee.
Oh, okay,
But I really like the smell of it. Yeah.
you just go around and you sniff other people's coffee. Just get a sniff, and
but
you're done.
but the coffee, when
Um,
it's liquid, it doesn't have the same good smell of just the
no,
powder.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
powder is just
It's a lovely
amazing.
smell.
I really love that. But
Um,
yeah, if you're
wake up
joining
and
us
smell the
now, yeah, exactly. If you're joining us now, please introduce yourself in the comments and tell us what is your favorite smell. Is there something in particular that reminds you maybe of something in the past, or you just like it? It's just very nice. Um, it's not a very good smell, but a smell that always brings
coffee.
up, that always makes me think of things, of memories, is, do you know that classic airplane smell? Like
Okay,
there's a
go
very
on. Yeah,
distinctive,
yeah,
like when you're on a plane, there's a very distinctive smell
yeah,
that for me is just, it's not good. It's not good at all. Like I actually
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
dislike it, because it's kind of
yeah.
closed. It feels like, I don't know, but there's a distinctive plane smell, and that always reminds me of my
Mhm.
childhood. Because like growing up, we took the plane a lot. Like I would say
Okay.
3 or 4 times a year, if not more. I was on a
Uh-huh.
plane flying from one place to another, so it just reminds me of my childhood.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So you go back to your childhood whenever you travel on a plane. Is it
Exactly.
the smell inside the plane, right? The smell
Yeah,
inside, it's not good. Yeah, you're right.
it's not good at all. No, but still,
It is distinctive.
Mm. Elena says, "I love the smell of new books."
Yes, good one. And old books. They smell different, but the smell of new books and old books, a pleasure. Absolutely. What joy.
I love rosemary as well as a herb.
Mm, mm.
Because my Italian grandmother had a rosemary bush in her back garden. And
Wow.
so she always, like when she was cooking and she needed it, she'd send me to get some. And
Oh,
so it just reminds me of my grandma. And
perfect.
strange enough, I have another smell that reminds me of my other grandma, my Irish grandma, and
Uh-huh.
that's lavender. Um,
Yeah. I was about to say lavender is incredible. The scent of lavender is just
yeah.
one of the most relaxing
Um,
things.
and it's kind of because of the same reason. We always we used to go walking. Well, it was a specific walk we'd go on, and she'd always go there to pick lavender that she put around the
Uh-huh.
house. Fresh lavender. So that just
Oh.
reminds me of my grandma and her house.
I think that people often have smells, associative smells with grandparents, and it's curious, isn't it? I guess because when you're a child, I don't know, you spend some time with them, and it's the thing that stays with you quite often.
Yeah.
Mine are just cigarettes, unfortunately. That's the smell of my grandparents. Not all of them, but three of the four. Three of the four.
Just
It's not
cigarettes.
lavender. It's not rosary. It's just camel blues. Yeah, yeah. Um, but,
And do camel blues have a distinctive smell?
oh yeah. Well, they do to me. They do to me. They smell like my grandparents when I was aged 8. Yeah, but I feel like it's quite fun. It's really really sweet that people have such associations, and it often is smell for one reason or another with their childhood, and therefore with their grandparents, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, that's cool. But smells in general, like, really do bring back memories a lot better than even seeing a place or I don't know. It's something special about it.
My sister used to love the smell of petrol. I don't know how you feel about that. I
Oh
can't
dear.
stand it. She was one of those kids who we'd go to a petrol station and she'd open the window and go, like, you know, I mean, it sounds dangerous, doesn't it? Now that I think about it. You try and get as much of the smell in the car as possible, and I would just be like,
Stop!
No,
Don't.
Yeah, it makes me feel nauseous, sick.
It's very. I don't have a particularly positive or negative feeling towards the petrol smell. It's just a strong industrial smell to me. It's not like. It can definitely get overwhelming very quickly. Maybe it's because I'm thinking of this is dangerous, this is dangerous, this is dangerous. But yeah, I suppose some people love it. Yeah. But like I've never understood even some people love the smell of glue. Like some people sniff glue, but I've never really understood that. Maybe it's a particular additive to it. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Let's have a look at our lesson today. Oh, whoops. Cut you out.
The five senses.
Ta-da. The five senses. Yes, this is why we're asking you about one of your five senses. Can you read, please?
Sure. Talking about the five senses, vocabulary for making observations and figurative speech.
Yes. So let's have a look. We have the five senses. What are the five senses? So in the comments, can you tell us what are the five senses? Do you remember all five of them? This shouldn't be too difficult. We've already mentioned one, which is smell.
Four more, Elenia. Although sometimes it's a bit difficult to know how to call the sense in general, right? The name for the sense in general is sometimes a bit difficult.
Exactly, yeah, it's true, especially
even if we know what we mean.
And there's that for me. Two of them are very connected, which I'm going to talk about in a second if Elena gives us the answers.
I was about to say like, oh, the smell of bananas, and then I realized that actually I just meant the other one. It's not like true. I really enjoy. It's not like I really enjoy smelling bananas in other contexts. No.
I'm just picturing you at the shop, just picking up bananas.
Just picking them up.
Yeah, just being like, no, this is not a good one. This is not a good one.
Terrible.
It's weird. Yeah, some fruit you can definitely smell. Another, no, I just remembered another smell that I connected to my grandma, my Italian grandma's house, which was orange peels. She would always, like, anytime she ate an orange or a mandarin, she'd put them on the stove because she had an old wood stove, you know. She'd put them there and they would dry and just leave this aroma, the scent in the room.
How gorgeous. Elenia
is being a philosopher today.
Are ways to explore the world. Yeah, you are being philosophical, wise. Exactly. What are they, Elenia? What are the five senses?
So you gave us the more complex answer, but we're looking for a very basic.
Just the names. So we said smell.
Yeah. But yeah, they are. It's always very interesting to talk to or read about someone who is missing one of the senses, you know, to see their perspective on the world. It's quite incredible. I think I can.
Sorry, go on.
No, I can actually talk about them without, because they actually don't contain, the word doesn't contain the sense, you know.
Yeah. Your did you say who someone in your family was colorblind? Your dad can't.
Yes, my dad is colorblind. Yes. So colorblind is when you have problems seeing specific colors. Actually, I'll actually write these in the comments. Colorblind. Is it one word? I think it is.
I think it can be, yeah.
When you have problems seeing a specific color. Or type or different color. It's really interesting when I talk to him because it's hard to imagine not seeing colors properly.
Yeah.
It's always quite interesting because he sees colors but it just not quite in the same way that we do.
Sure. Yeah, because the stereotype, or not the stereotype, that's the kind of the idea, the incorrect idea that, I don't know, it's colorblind, so everything's black and white.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
Ooh, great. Yes.
So we have yeah, she is missing one. Exactly. So we have smell, hearing, sight, touch. These are all correct. Well done. And we're missing one. It's very connected to smell. Very close to it.
So I don't really like the smell of bananas. I guess I do because they're so connected, but yes, exactly. I like the taste of them.
Taste. Well done. That's the one we were looking for. And Ilinia, well done. You used a very good abbreviation, which is TBH, which is great, to be honest. Right? That's
TBH.
Great. You've got your internet slang. Well done, Ilinia. But yeah, I always find taste very connected to smell because have you ever done this experiment where you block your nose and then you try to eat something and you blindfolded though, so you don't know what it is. It's really hard to guess what it is just from the taste.
Even though, okay, I guess, I've never done it. Do you cut it so that you can't really tell from the texture, or the shape? And you try and give someone a piece?
Yes, exactly. So it would have to be like a cube of something.
Yeah.
Or maybe a tablespoon of something, of a liquid, say.
Yeah.
So yes, you do feel the consistency in your mouth, but it's really hard to guess. Like I remember doing it, and somebody gave me just a little piece of apple. I had no idea. It could have been pear. It could have been. I mean, I assumed it was a fruit just from the consistency, but
yeah,
it was really hard to tell. Really hard to tell. Just because of how connected they are, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on?
Sure thing.
Do you want to explain the activity here?
Sure thing. So we have this paragraph, guys, the senses, and on the right-hand side, we have some vocabulary, and we need to put the vocabulary into the gaps. There are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Shall we read it through and then
yeah, the words that you need to complete with are touch, tongue, brain, sight, 5, smell, hear, skin, taste, transmit, and function. So see where to fit those. Okay, should we read a sentence each? And obviously leaving the gaps. So traditionally there are senses and corresponding sense organs.
The eyes, nose, ears, and the skin.
Each organ has a different
The eyes provide a sense of
The nose is a conduit for the sense of
The ears let us while the tongue allows us to
Finally, the which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of
The function of the sense organ is to receive internal or external stimuli and them to the nervous system and thus to the
The coordinated use of all these senses leads to awareness and balance in the human body. I just find it funny the way you turned into a verb. It was great.
Thank you. Yeah.
I like how Ilinia as well was like, no, I'll listen to them first.
Okay.
Yeah, dear. It's funnier.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
I think she's telling us in order.
Oh, they're here. Sorry, I didn't see. Yes, great.
They are the
Yeah.
5 senses. Well done. Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. Excellent. Well done. It's really funny when Monique brings out her harmonica and fills in the gaps, just playing it.
Like, what does a verb sound like? What does a noun sound like? What does an adjective sound like when it's played on the harmonica? Brilliant.
Exactly.
Genius.
Absolutely brilliant. I want a harmonica just for that.
I know. I want a little instrument as well. Maybe I was looking. Maybe we could also pick out. Maybe I think conduit and also thus. Why don't we speak about thus? But conduit. So that sentence. The nose is a conduit. What do we mean?
We have some other
Oh,
answers
wow.
as well.
Yeah, you're fast.
She is very fast. We have function.
Function.
I think she skipped that one, but the rest should be fine. Smell, exactly correct. Lets us hear. Very good. And taste. Excellent. Very good. But yeah, you're saying about conduit. How would you describe conduit?
Maybe a channel for something. So the smell, this is not science, guys. The smell goes into your nose and then through your nose to your brain. Your nose is a conduit. It acts as a channel. So the smell moves through it. And yeah, we use conduit in that way. If something is a conduit for something else, it means that thing moves through it to another place. That's what I would say.
Exactly. Yeah, so the correct spelling, correct me if I'm wrong, is skipped with 2 P's, right? But you are correct, but phonetically, it's like you said, Elenia. So we pronounce it skipped with a T, but we spell it with double P-E-D. But good pronunciation. And the last one we have, I'll just put them up, but I think she's correct. We have skin, touch, transmit, and brain. Excellent.
Nice.
Very nice. And thus, do you want to explain thus as well?
Thus, yeah. I mean, in this context, it's at the end of this quite long sentence where it's describing the function. So it receives the stimuli and then it transmits them and sends them thus to the brain. In this context, it kind of just means like consequently, right? It's almost like finally, ultimately, at the end of this process. But consequently to the brain, yeah.
Exactly. I would say consequently, but it can also be used as so, in the same kind of way. And the other one we had was conduit. I would say a channel, maybe.
Nice. Thus is also very formal, no, and academic. We would never ever use it when we're speaking unless you're being sarcastic or weird.
Exactly. Or you want to sound like a professor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I would use it jokingly, like if I'm ranting about which Star Wars is better, I might finish with, and thus this is why Episode 5 is the best Star Wars, or something like that. But obviously I'm joking.
Exactly.
But okay, if there are any other questions, Elenia or whoever else is watching us, please let us know about this. Otherwise, I think we can move on. Oh, the other word I wanted to look over is awareness. How would you describe awareness?
So it's the noun from which we use, but we're talking about being aware, to be aware of something. It means you know about it, you're conscious of it, you're almost sort of sensitive to something, you're alert to something. So awareness is the state of being conscious of something. It's tricky.
I think that's a good explanation.
Yeah. Like if I say like, oh, I wasn't aware of something, it simply means, oh, I didn't know about it. I didn't know. The state of being conscious of something, yeah.
Yeah, I think you are the only one here.
Elena, if you have any questions, go. Feel free.
Yeah,
Just ask.
exactly. No, but no questions. By the way, as well done. You've
We've
got all
got
of
TBH,
your.
BTW.
It's very good,
What
very
next?
good. Okay, let's have a look at our next activity. Which senses are these examples of? There may be more than one answer. So I'll read the red ones. A breathtaking sunset.
Fresh ground coffee.
A thunderstorm on a hot day.
A screeching train.
Homegrown strawberries.
A pork roast cooking in the oven.
Oh, this is making me hungry. A warm embrace.
And an ice cream cone.
Oh, I haven't had a proper pork roast in ages.
Oh, I want an ice cream as well. Oof.
Yeah.
Yes, Elena, you are a slang pro. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll try and keep up.
We'll add some in as well. I'll some abbreviations in the comments. Anyway, tell us what senses are used in each of these examples. Yeah, number one, she's saying sight for a breathtaking sunset. Definitely. I don't think you can smell a sunset, but breathtaking is also a very good adjective that you can use. It's a compound adjective, which means you have two parts to it with a hyphen in the middle. They're quite common in English, but it takes your breath away.
But also smell. If you enjoy the smell of the sea, if you're on the beach and you see a sunset, maybe, yeah, you can smell the sea.
Oh, that's another smell that I love. Just the smell of the ocean air.
Good. Yeah. When you're in a car driving towards the sea and then suddenly you can smell it. Often before you can see it, even, you kind of have this sense of it.
Yeah.
Man.
It's great. It's great. It's absolutely great. Yeah, and anyway, we have another one here for number 2.
Exactly. This is what you were talking about earlier, Aaron, right?
Yes, exactly. But also taste if you drink it. Yeah, true. But as I said, for some reason I just prefer the smell of the ground coffee to the. I do like the taste of the coffee as well. It's just I don't know. I don't really digest it properly, so it gives me a stomach ache. So I don't really drink it.
You avoid it.
Yeah, I just prefer tea.
Nice. A thunderstorm. Sight, hearing. Yes, definitely. The lightning. You will see.
Also the smell as well.
Yeah. Maybe that smell of the rain petrichor on the ground.
Word of the day.
Word. Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to make it become mainstream.
Yeah.
One webinar at a time.
But yeah, you see the lightning, you definitely hear the thunder.
Remember exactly that the thunder is what you hear, lightning is what you see. Yeah, it definitely has a certain smell, that kind of thunderstorm on a hot day. I remember I've been to South America a few times. In particular, I've been to Venezuela, and I was there during the wet season because they don't really have winter, summer, or spring. They have wet and dry seasons. And I was there during the wet season, so you would randomly have a really strong showers or really strong rain out of nowhere, really, and it brought this unique smell to it as well.
Could you smell it? Sometimes you almost can feel it or smell it before it starts raining, right? The atmosphere, because the air becomes more dense, humid. Where are we? The screeching train? No, did you skip screeching train? Number 4 is screeching train, right?
Probably she skipped it. Must have. Oh yeah. She corrected later.
Okay, I got it, because obviously a screeching train doesn't taste of strawberries.
It'd be better if it did. It would be better if it did.
So screeching train, hearing, smell, and sight. If you are late, well, if you're late, you're just panicking, right?
Maybe that's the problem. If you are late, there is no sight because you
There
can't
is
see
no
the train.
But yeah, the sound of the train screeching into a station is really quite unpleasant, kind of amazing. I remember in Manchester, sometimes I lived just outside the city, and there was a small train station that went into the city, but quite often there would be freight trains going through, and it was so long. And if you were on the platform when one of them came through, because sometimes it would take a few minutes to pass, people would often walk down into the little subway because it was so loud, like, and coming right past you, that it was very unpleasant, but quite amazing.
Yeah, and it's I always find it amazing when these big freight trains are passing, like the amount of air that they displace.
Yeah. Kind of buffet you, exactly.
For number 5, then we have taste, smell. Even if I'm not really sure if the strawberry smell exists, it does. I would say so. Again, I wouldn't go smelling strawberries, but
No. But yeah,
I think it exists.
I think it exists. It's not that strong or pungent, but it exists definitely. Where are we? Yes.
For 6, we had taste and smell, definitely, and sight as well. There's something about seeing it as well.
Because you're hungry.
Either hungry or you're checking that it doesn't burn, so you're just watching every second.
Yes. A warm embrace.
Of course, we have touch, but smell as well. Yeah, it's true.
Hopefully a nice smell.
It's true. It could go either way. It could go either way in this kind of situation.
Not a smelly embrace, yeah.
Taste, might smell. Yeah. For the last one, it could definitely be smell as well. For the ice cream cone.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have quite a distinctive smell, actually. You're right.
Yeah, especially if it's good ice cream.
Yeah. I was just going to say something quickly about, because I said smelly, and I just wanted to say that as an adjective, it's always negative, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how we say, if something smells nice, we usually have to say that smells nice. Whereas if I say that's smelly, or it was smelly, it means negative.
True, but also if you just say smell, like if you say, oh, this I don't know, the room smells, it means there is a bad smell in the room.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, you're right. On their own, they kind of suggest something negative.
Yeah, you'd have to say it smells nice, or there is a nice smell.
Yeah.
It's funny how we use these words. Anyway, there is certain vocabulary we use to make observations using our senses. I've got lots of these. I'll let you read the rest.
Sure. So, it smells like, it sounds like, it tastes like, it feels like, it looks like. So we need to use like with nouns when we're making a comparison, a simile between the two things. If we are using an adjective, we don't. So it smells good, it smells bad, or it smells like coffee, freshly ground coffee, or it smells like, I don't know, freshly cut grass. That's a good one.
Oh, yes, but I don't particularly like that smell.
But it's so powerful.
It is so powerful, but I'm quite allergic to a lot of pollens, and there's something about fresh grass that makes me sneeze. So
okay, yeah.
I never really connected to something positive.
No, fair enough.
I usually smell it, I'm like, nope, indoors.
Yeah, and the example here is fresh ground coffee smells delicious. So the adjective delicious, we don't need like, smells delicious, but it looks like dirt, which is true.
What a weird example.
It's such a strange example.
I guess all the things they could have said.
All the things.
Yeah, it's true. So in this case, like is used as a preposition, not like a verb. So it's used to make a comparison, like as you said, a simile. if you will. Shall we make some examples? I'm trying to think of
something.
I'm trying to think of some food.
Yeah, coconut. Well, a coconut feels quite rough. It feels hairy. No, that's so strange. But it tastes delicious. It tastes milky, maybe.
It's true.
Yeah.
You do like coconut, right?
I love coconut. Oh my goodness.
Me too.
So good.
Tell us, Elenia, do you like coconut? Where is this focus going?
Then we can just talk about coconuts for the rest of this.
Because my mum is one of those people who doesn't like coconut.
No.
She absolutely detests coconut, and I don't understand it. How can you hate coconut?
You can get coconut milk, and I swear you can add it to pretty much anything. I mean, there are limits, okay, but it's so nice. It makes it immediately creamy and kind of tropical, and also like I love when it's kind of almost sweeted, like chunks, little coconut chunks. Delicious.
Oh,
Delicious.
wonderful. It's one of my favorites, whether it's in desserts, but also in like savory food as well. It's added to make it, it's just good everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, and in soaps, you get like coconut scented stuff. Oof, love it.
The best. And Elinia has a very good expression to use. Sounds good. It sounds like a great idea.
Elenia, that's better than this slide here. Your example is you should come and write these. It sounds good.
Elenia, if you're at home, don't know what to do, you want to write some the content for my English school.
Why not?
Why not? Please do. She loves it as well. Good. Otherwise, I don't know if you could have continued with this focus with us. Yeah, I think so. We had to close it here. I mean, we can't really continue. Let's have a look at the figurative language. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah, sure thing. A metaphor is a comparison without using like or as. So, for example, her soft voice was music to his ears. I'm just using the verb to be without like or as to suggest really strongly that they are equivalent, they are the same, no? Even if I mean it poetically, but was music to his ears, or you have a great taste in fashion. We use taste without even thinking about it, really. We use taste to mean a great idea of fashion, a great
but would you define really. I was about to say, this isn't really a metaphor, is it?
No. If it is, it's dead, it's finished, as in we don't use it like a metaphor anymore.
Exactly. It's interesting how you were saying about a dead metaphor. So at some point, a metaphor can die.
Yeah. And then we can bring them back to life. No, they're dead. Right? Yeah. Because, I mean,
CPR.
I don't know exactly CPR and metaphor. I don't know enough about it really, but I did have to study a bit of it at uni. And I mean, the interesting thing is, how to put it? The question is, like, there's so much in language that is metaphoric, that is non-literal, and even language itself kind of functions in a certain way that way. So yeah, we use loads and loads of expressions and verbs often. For example, if you look in a dictionary, right, often there'll be like the literal meaning of a verb and then a load of figurative meanings, and sometimes the figurative meaning is way more common nowadays than the literal meaning. Exactly.
That's true. Yeah. So when does it stop being a metaphor? When does it die?
Yeah.
Again, saying that a metaphor dies
is a metaphor.
Is a metaphor. Yeah.
Exactly.
God, metaphorception. How would you pronounce this?
I say simile.
Simile. Okay, good. Is a comparison using like or as. Eating without salt is like eating cardboard. He's blind as a bat and deaf as a doorknob. This is wonderful. I love this expression. Blind as a bat and deaf as a doorknob. Yeah, these are great. Obviously,
I like
really
about your love. You love it. I love it because one of the things I love about it is the fact that bat makes sense. Doorknob, I have no idea. Why a doorknob?
I
Like
don't know why.
blind as a bat, you're like, okay, and deaf as a doorknob, why?
Elenia has a very good one as well. I'm fast as a
Ah,
fox. Yeah,
nice.
it's true. We have certain animals and certain things that we connect to. But as you said, doorknob. Why is the doorknob deaf? There must be a reason behind it.
Maybe. No
Deaf
idea.
doorknob. Can you think of any other ones?
With animals, like brave
Yeah.
as a lion, we have bravery in a lion, right? Stubborn as an ox. Do we say that?
Stubborn as an
Stubborn,
ox. Yeah, stubborn as an
stubborn as an
ox.
ox. Or a mule sometimes, like a donkey.
Yeah, stubborn as a mule, stubborn as a donkey. Um,
mm,
um, you could say he's as healthy as a horse
yeah. We use
or as a
snake
fish.
in English and lots of other languages. We use snake to mean kind of someone's being, you say that they're being a snake, they're being deceptive, dishonest,
Mm.
yeah, untrustworthy in some way. You don't like it. Snaky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, interesting. And then we have I'll leave you pronounce that.
Hyperbole. Although I think, do you know what? This is one of those words which so many people in English say hyperbole that it must have just become an acceptable thing. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure
hyperbole.
it's hyperbole, the
It is
correct.
hyperbole. It is hyperbole, but you know, it's kind of usage point, right? Loads of people say hyperbole. Hyperbole is an
Really?
exaggeration. Yeah, I feel like it's a very okay. Not when you're adults, maybe, but it's a kind of. It makes me think of when you're like a kid and you see the word, you've learned it yourself, like an autodidact, and then you say the word to adults, and they're like, "It's hyperbole." Now I'm just referring to a very specific memory. No, I'm not.
Not too
A
specific.
hyperbole, yeah, is an exaggeration. Okay, so it's when we overstate something, right? And here, I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. Not literally.
No. Also, because
Um,
we don't normally eat horses, or at least in the
no,
UK and Ireland, we don't.
the UK.
In fact, like for us, we even when horses get old, we have like sanctuaries for them, and they retire, and
Exactly.
you'd
But maybe
never eat a horse.
if you're in Sardinia, then maybe
In the
I
south of
don't know what
Italy
they
as well,
say.
I'm sure
And in the south,
Ilenia. Yeah, Ilenia, do they eat horses in Bari? Um, Please tell us in the comments. But yeah, it was one of the things that my mum was most shocked when she came to Italy. She was like, "Wait, you eat horses? What?"
uh,
I mean, it's about as bad as eating a horse, about as bad as eating a dog.
yeah, to some people. I mean, I've never really liked horses. Not that I wish them to be eaten. I mean, but I don't know if it bothers me that much. Or it doesn't surprise me. It kind of makes as much sense to me as eating a cow. Like I don't really understand the difference
I
personally.
know. If you start thinking about it, yes, I understand
Yeah,
the point. But I suppose it's just because it's always been seen differently. Like technically, yes, eating any animal is like eating any other animal. You're right. It's just like in theory, why did we decide that dogs are companions and pigs aren't? You know, some people do have
right.
pigs as companions. It's just, I
Mm-hmm.
suppose, culturally we chose the dog as a companion, the horse as, well, not as something you eat somehow, you know.
Yeah, just the
But
cultural like connotations of it, absolutely.
mm.
Um,
Anyway, Linus says, "I'm that mad. I could break everything."
hmm
I would say
Yeah,
I'm so mad I could break something.
right. I would say so and something. You're
Yeah,
right. I'm so mad
I could break something.
I
Yeah.
could kill you. People say that if you're really mad. I'm so mad I could kill them. Exaggerating is one of my things. Good,
One of
cool.
my favorite things. Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. So you like your hyperboles, and yeah, people eat horse meat here, but I do not. Well, I don't really like meat. Well, then. Whether it's horse or any other meat doesn't really make much difference.
Is it like expensive? Is it like a delicacy? I mean, I don't know. How fancy is it to eat horse, or is it more like a
I think it's
kind of popular dish? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it's any more expensive. I honestly don't know. I've never really bought horse meat, so I don't know. Anyway, think of figurative language phrase for each of the 5 senses. Or we could move on to a different slide.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, why
as in
not? Yeah. Okay, we've got some expressions here that maybe
these are nice.
Exactly. So what do you think these sense metaphors mean? We have chill out, feeling blue, a cloudy memory, a shady character. I love this one. Feeling rough, and a bright idea.
And then the definitions, the meanings to match to, we have can't remember, relax, a good plan, in poor health, sad, or an untrustworthy person.
So, Elenia, tell us in the comments, match them, numbers with letters. What do they mean? I feel like the first one is very common nowadays. It's a very modern expression.
So, absolutely.
Oh, she already got... Damn, Elenia is fast as a fox.
It's true. Great. Wow.
Definitely.
Wow.
Relax, very... Oh, let me take away this. I hate the sound that these make.
Me too.
Anyway, 2E, sad, yes, feeling blue. A cloudy memory is 3A, yes, I can't remember. 4F, an untrustworthy person, very good. 5D, poor health, and well done.
Great. Perfect.
Shady is something you can use for any kind of something that doesn't really look legit, or something that doesn't really look proper. Shady, it could be a shady character, a shady individual, shady place. You're not quite sure what's happening.
Sketchy is the same idea, right?
Sketchy as well. I love sketchy as well.
Shady, sketchy, like there's something not right here. It seems a little bit illegal in some way.
Not quite right.
Yeah. Also, I say, looking at number 1, I would say that now also people just say to chill. You can say to chill out, chilling out, but you can just say, oh, I just chilled at home. We don't even use the second part anymore.
While feel blue, I feel like is an older expression. It's not as modern as the other one. But it's really interesting how blues takes its name from the blue note, which is a note that is added in the... Well, I'm not an expert here, but it's a musical term to like make the music sound more... how do I describe melancholic?
Yeah, exactly. Feeling blue, blues. Exactly. Cloudy memory, also foggy. Do you say foggy ever?
Yeah,
I
foggy
say
memory,
sometimes. Oh, it's a bit foggy. I can't quite remember. Maybe I had too much to drink.
Yeah.
Shady, sketchy, cool. Yeah, and feeling rough. Absolutely. I would also say, would I? I'm just thinking with blue, I think it's also sometimes the case that people don't even say, I feel blue. You just say, I'm a bit blue today. You say, I am blue. It means I'm a bit sad.
Blue Monday, yes. Well done, Elenia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, we're towards the end of our webinar, so if you have any last-minute questions, please ask us, whether it's about the webinar, whether it's about anything else.
Coconuts, for example.
Coconuts, exactly. What's the best coconut oil? I don't know.
Absolutely.
So let's review some of the expressions. Well, we had the ones in this screen here, and then we had hyperboles, similes, metaphors. There was a specific name of a specific sound, sorry, a specific smell that you introduced at the beginning.
I did. Why don't we get to finish with it because I love it so much.
We have to.
Petrichor. Petrichor.
And I think
Petrichor.
it was the first comment, and we'll put it back up.
So important.
Very important, petrichor.
Perfect. Elenia, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us and interacting with us, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.